Yo, I hope everyone is doing fantastic. It is I, Crypto, and I welcome you back to Crypto's News. I didn't get a chance to make a video earlier, but I wanted to give time for some news to roll in so I could go ahead and release some updates for you since I did the live stream last night that I highly suggest you recommend if you haven't watched. I highly recommend, I'm sorry, that you watch it if you haven't already. We talked about a lot of things related to cryptocurrency and many other things. As far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Monero, different things. And at the end, we learned how to run a wallet if you're new to cryptocurrency or Ethereum or something like that, brand new in general. Even MetaMask we talked about. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, so anyway, since then, there are a few things happening right now with cryptocurrency relation that I would love to share with you. So to get right into it, the first thing, I'm just going to kind of jump around. I haven't had time to prepare too much as far as order. But the first thing I want to talk about is at Zero Hedge, the website that's kind of known for being bearish and talking about collapses and things when it comes to the global market and cryptocurrencies, run by a group of pseudonymous writers who go under the name Tyler Durden from the movie Fight Club, who, if you haven't seen that movie, it's so awesome. This gentleman, you could call him, even though he's whatever. Anyway, this gentleman brings down all of the major credit card companies in order to erase debt. So anyway, this website Zero Hedge has just tweeted out that it looks like Bitcoin and Ethereum are beginning to break apart, because you look at Bitcoin going down right now and you look at Ethereum still going up and holding steady, which I've talked about a little bit before. And it looks like it's only going to be a little while before China decides to jump in on this bubble. And that would be a lot of money probably coming into Ethereum. So that's very positive for that token. So we'll see if that proves true. However, there's potential that Bitcoin could jump up right now, because roughly 1 hour ago, Zero Hedge also put out an article talking about how the yuan, which is the Chinese currency, is going down. It's seriously beginning to crash again right now. It, a few days ago, when Bitcoin kind of stopped its run, had jumped up in price. And I showed that in the chart yesterday, how they're exactly almost inversely correlated. If the price of the Chinese currency goes down, the price of Bitcoin goes up almost directly, and otherwise, right? They've been kind of like mirroring each other. It's crazy. And so if the yuan is in fact going down again, because the only reason it went up was because of this short squeeze, in which all these people betting that it was going to go down, close all this bets, causing the price to jump up when the government said we're going to raise the interest rate to 100% on one day, something massive. It was like a temporary bump in price, but now it's actually the reality still continuing and the price is going down again. Anyway, if that happens to be the case, then Bitcoin could be in for quite a good week and more, who knows, unless they decide to ban Bitcoin again and whatever other news comes out. But anyway, I think that all cryptocurrency and altcoins are going to do really, really well in that kind of scenario. So I want to make you aware of that. Go ahead and take a look. And I did look, and in fact, the value of the US dollar to the yuan has increased quite a little bit in the last few hours since 10 o'clock. So I think it's important to keep an eye on that if you're interested. Another thing that I wanted to talk about Ethereum specifically is called, for those of you who aren't aware yet, Enterprise Ethereum, which is a secret that got leaked out. A Coindesk.com article came out talking about it. And what this is that apparently a lot of the major banks, corporations, these groups have been meeting in private since December to look at Ethereum as to talk about the issues they've had in building private networks on Ethereum and to come to kind of a consensus about it. So it looks like they're forming an enterprise, a group, like a collection of private networks working with the Ethereum Foundation and the core team in order to help with different issues and in creating the whatever needs they have for their blockchains, for their banks, or whatever it is. This is crazy. If you're going to see like different banks building private networks that also work with the public network, that apparently this was also leaked. They'll be working with the public network. This is going to be bullish for Ethereum to the hella. And apparently when this leak came out, they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready to talk about enterprise Ethereum. This was not supposed to be out to the public. It's supposed to be coming out over the next few months, but they're going to be preparing a statement that will be released tomorrow, Monday, officially describing what enterprise Ethereum is, according to Joseph Lubin, one of the Ethereum Foundation's members, core members. So look out for that. And some people are saying that what we're seeing right now with Ethereum price in relation to the Bitcoin price, to the USD price, is kind of a bubble, possibly, before that announcement is made. But who the hell knows? Again, this is the buy the rumor thing, right? And then sell the news when the news comes out. So we'll see if that proves true, and if they do in fact prepare a professional, elegant statement for tomorrow as far as enterprise Ethereum and the mysterious secrecy around that group that has been meeting with people like R3 and JP Morgan to talk about it. So anyway, that'll be interesting. Anyway, I also meant to talk about some bad rep that's happening with Circle. So Circle was, or is, an app, but it used to allow you to remit money in the form of Bitcoin and other currencies, right? So you could buy Bitcoin directly on it, and you could use it to transfer Bitcoin. It was kind of one of those first mainstream apps for Bitcoin. And they recently, I believe like a month ago, I talked about it, they took Bitcoin off completely. They're only using Bitcoin's protocol on the back end. So you can no longer buy Bitcoin using the app, which sucks, right? Because I had so many people talking to me directly in the comments as well and elsewhere, just really upset with Circle for going through this decision to not keep Bitcoin around as an opportunity for them to purchase and use Bitcoin. So anyway, apparently they've been I can't even talk, sorry, I'm just left work. They've been receiving negative after negative after negative after negative after negative review in the Apple and the Apple App Store. So just like 1-star review after 1-star review due to these kind of Bitcoin issues. But now 55 plus positive 5-star reviews have just shown up about Circle. So fake reviews, you know, it was fake news before, now we're getting fake reviews. So Circle bought possibly these reviews or had their people working there write them up, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's a common thing for businesses to do, I'll tell you. It's a very common thing for them to do, especially to increase public perception. If you're going on the App Store looking up Circle in relation to something else you were probably considering, you see negative reviews coming out first, that's not very cool, especially if you're trying to run a company. So I don't know if this bodes well. Apparently this means they could even be taken off the App Store. So I don't know if it was the smartest decision to do. Anyway, that's not for me to decide. I just wanted to go ahead and relate what's going on as far as that. What else did I want to talk about? Twitter, there was something else. I don't know, but it looks like Bitcoin and Ethereum could be up for a good week, possibly. There was more, but I can't remember. I don't know. It looks like all-time searches for cryptocurrencies have also increased to the highest point ever. So that's also really good. That's it. I guess that's it, because I can't remember what else I wanted to share. I wish that I know there was more. I knew I should have written it down. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to call it. But I'm so happy that I could, if I remember anything right now, I'll just go ahead and say it. But I'm so happy that I could share at least a little bit of news with you guys today. I considered not even making a video, but I'm sitting here in the parking lot and I wanted to go ahead and look some things up, see what's going on, and give you opportunities to profit from this. And especially if this enterprise Ethereum statement comes out tomorrow, we could see some movement, some more volatility. If the yuan is in fact going down, we'll see some volatility. And Trump coming into office, that's increasing just unnerves apparently, even among like the aristocracy. There's an article on Zero Hedge about that too. The aristocracy might finally be getting scared that Trump is in fact gonna back his promises, possibly those promises of taking down the Federal Reserve, of going back to the gold standard, draining the swamp, whatever you want to call it. And this scares people who have money now. But anyway, oh, I remember what I wanted to say. There's this really cool article that came out on TechCrunch talking about the decentralized future, about Ethereum and how the future will be decentralized. And it's really neat. It talks about how in the future, well, it's really already beginning in the present. You can have all these different enterprises coming together, building their own private blockchains. They're going to have their own tokens, different currencies. The different countries that are seeking sovereignty and independence, they will have their own digital currencies, and you're going to have this kind of interconnected world that's decentralized. So the old model being Facebook, Twitter, where you have this one company with the servers and it's getting the profits off of its users, but the future will be a peer-to-peer model in which you have these kinds of tokens which are kind of like stocks, for example, which already exists, which are tokens built on Ethereum, like DGD, which I talked about on the live stream yesterday, for example, in which investors get back some money. But also these tokens allow you to vote. So these tokens allow you to run into a contract, send them in and vote yes, no, like with the DAO, or run up different functions. Yes, we should pay the CEO this, or no, the president should be getting this. You know, it allows you to vote, as well as giving you your dividend, as well as owning a piece of the company, as well as increasing the distribution, the decentralization of different tokens. So this kind of model is the future, right? Or I think it's the present evolving right now. But you have, or furthermore, you have these tokens coming together to create the peer-to-peer model. So you have a Facebook that is decentralized. It's like Steemit.com, in which you have a decentralized social network where the users contribute, get back a portion that is proportional of the money that they deserve based on the content that they upvote or create. A decentralized social network that's not stealing your money, your content really, and putting it up and just serving you ads in order to get you to buy stuff. And that's not the model. It's going to be a peer-to-peer model where we gain from each other and we create a new network. And it's going to be decentralized Uber, like Swarm City, for example, which I did an interview with the mayor, Bernd Lapp. You can look that up too. BERNDLAPP, Bernd Lapp. It used to be called Arcade City. Now it's Swarm City, which I'll probably have to make a video as to how that happened very soon. I talked about it barely. But anyway, a decentralized Uber, and it is the new model. It is the future where everything can have its private kind of address on the global blockchain, but it can also connect to the public blockchain. So the old model will be replaced by the new model. You're going to see all these companies go away possibly. And now is the time to invest in what companies might really become the new model in a decentralized future where things are more fair, more visible, and interconnected in a way that have never been possible. And Bitcoin, being the old dream, now doesn't have the functionality that something like Ethereum does, which might have shied away investors right now who are kind of feeling a little more risk, but the longer it's around increases confidence in it. So I don't know. I mean, that's a big thing that I talk about, is all these different companies and ICOs that are coming out. But it's important to also discern which ones are real and which ones might be a scam. So I try to do that too. I try to only feature ones that are legit skis. So yeah, that's something I want to share. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Please hit like so other people can find this video. Please share this on your favorite WhatsApp groups that you've just joined, Facebook groups. There are tons of groups about cryptocurrency. Join the discussion. Make sure you share this on Reddit if you frequent different Reddit subreddits or whatever it is called. Share this with loved ones. I hope I've made this relatable to different levels of experience in the cryptocurrency world. That's what I try to do with this channel, and I hope you keep coming back because I really appreciate each and every single one of you individually for who you are. So leave me a comment and your thoughts, and I'll try to get back when I can. And if I don't, know that I read every single one personally. And yeah, I'll try to get back home now so I can respond to some comments. It's still early. I got out nice and early. It's chilly here in Miami. We have one cold day. It's 58 degrees. I brought out all my New York gear, sweater, Zara jacket. I'm so excited. I was just standing outside of the car for a while reading what's going on. Anyway, crypto, I'm out. Take care, guys.